Hi, it's Aaron with the Wealthy Environmental Center. Today I thought we might talk about bees. All right, so bees that are native to the United States are mostly solitary bees. The honey-making kind are typically from Europe or other countries outside of the United States. So our solitary friends like to lay eggs in stems of plants or in small tube-like holes. The bees create what's called a pollen ball for the larvae when they hatch to eat, and as they grow, consume that pollen ball, and then they fly off to start the cycle all over again. So I thought today that we might make a temporary bee home craft. And so for our craft, you'll want several toilet paper rolls and maybe a Pringles can. That's what I like to make mine out of. And so the reason why I say temporary bee home is that there are lots of commercially made bee homes out of bamboo. Those would be better if they were made out of native woods. Hardwoods that are common within our area, like pines and maples and oaks. But even those, you can't just put up and abandon, because parasites move in, they get dirty, mites move in, and so after you put up a bee home, they do take maintenance. And so once the season for bees is over, you should really think about cleaning your bee home and then putting it away and then cleaning it and then putting it back up the next season. So I like to make temporary bee homes out of recycled materials. That way, once it's over with, I can just throw it in the recycling bin and feel good that I reused some of my recycling. Okay, so the first thing that we need to know is that our Pringles can is too long. We need to cut it down, all right? So our toilet paper roll is about the right size. So what we want to do is we want to cut our Pringles can down to the size of our toilet paper rolls. Now this is a really great size because we want to protect our bees from woodpeckers. All right, so woodpeckers will fly up to a bee home and they'll try to eat the larvae inside of the bee home. And so this tube is longer than a woodpecker beak. And so the bees will lay their eggs towards the back and the woodpeckers won't be able to get at it, which again is why I like the Pringles can, because it has a nice metal end. All right, I'm going to cut this down to size and then we will add our toilet paper tubes. Be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, I've cut my Pringles can pretty much in half, and that's about the right size for toilet paper tubes. So one Pringles can, you can make 2 bee homes. All right, so you can go about this a couple of different ways. You can cut the toilet paper tube and then roll it into smaller tubes, but you know, I don't think you really need to do that. So what I like to do is I like to start off and I put one tube in, I add another tube, and I just keep going. Like, one of the reasons why I really like the toilet paper tubes is that they're flexible, and as you add tubes to it, you can pinch them and then add tubes to the tubes, and you can see there that we're making basically a fairly simple and quick bee home. All right, we're almost there. So just keep going. Keep adding toilet paper tubes to your Pringles can. Now, let's see here. All right. And as you can see, it doesn't take very long to do this, but sometimes getting them situated in there can be a little bit tricky. And I'm going to keep working at this, and I'll be back with our final project in just a second. All right, so as you can see, I put a lot of toilet paper rolls inside of our Pringles can. I was able to fit 8 toilet paper rolls in this can, and there's even a little bit of give left. I probably could have fit 3 or 4 more in there if I tried really hard. But what we have here are those nice tubes for our solitary bees to crawl in, deposit their pollen balls, and lay their eggs. So what's left is that we need to find a nice spot to be able to mount this. You don't want to do it with just simple tape or string, because if the can moves around too much in the wind, then the larva or egg has a chance of rolling away from the pollen ball. And then when the hungry larva emerges, it won't be able to find food. So you want to take some screws and really mount it into something. So I'm going to try to mount mine right up there. I'll be right back to show you where I put it. So you can see I mounted it to a couple of boards in 2 directions. So it's nice and stable there. It's not going to blow around. Even if a bird lands on it, it's not going to fall off. And when the leaves on the grapevines here come in, plus the board overhang here is going to keep it fairly sheltered from the elements. All right, hang on 1 second. All right, you can see right there over my shoulder where my bee home is. But we have done a bee home craft and talked about solitary bees, but we haven't seen any. So hang tight, and we will take a look at a few native bees to southern Wisconsin in just a moment. All right, until next time, have fun.